Hey everyone, welcome to Malleus Gaming. I'm your host Malleus, and today we're going to be going over my top 5 picks for the best Chaos Dwarf units. The categories will consist of the best Anvil, Hammer, Ranged, War Machine, and Monster units. If you enjoy the video, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe, as it will really help out the channel and appease the YouTube algorithm gods. Now, it's time to stoke the flames of war. It wouldn't be a proper dwarf army without a proper dwarf anvil. The Chaos Dwarfs have multiple anvil units that can be utilized through all stages of the campaign. Early game you have standard Chaos Dwarf warriors, while mid game you can upgrade to Infernal Guard. However, without doubt, the best anvil unit for the Dawizar are the Infernal Ironsworn. These units are incredibly resistant to both ranged and melee damage, and will hold the line against just about any foe. Ironsworn have 7,950 health, a massive armor value of 125, as well as a 55% block against small arms fire thanks to their silver shields and 25% fire resistance. On top of that, they have expert charge defense to negate the charge bonus of any attacking unit, and a huge melee defense of 64. But they can do more than just take a hit, they are more than capable of dishing out the pain as well. Much like Ironbreakers, they have a short-range grenade attack that does armor-piercing and explosive damage. This is fantastic for breaking up an incoming charge, or softening up the enemy before combat. Once in melee though, they also have magical, flaming attacks with a melee attack and weapon strength of 42, with 10 points of their damage being armor-piercing. A few units of Ironsworn in your legions will form a nearly unbreakable wall upon which you can break your enemies and shatter their empires. We have our anvil, but what do we strike with? I would say there are two contenders for the best in this category, and the choice depends on the type of opponent you are facing. Against an infantry-heavy force, you can't go wrong with a Kadai Fireborn. These units are fairly quick, reasonably durable, and hit hard, especially with a bonus versus infantry of 20. However, if you're facing an enemy with strong cavalry or monstrous units, Bull Centaur Renders with great weapons are my go-to choice. When compared to the Kadai, their stats are fairly similar, with the Bull Centaurs having more health, slightly more speed, melee attack, and a charge bonus, while having slightly less armor, melee defense, and weapon strength. However, with their great weapons, the Bull Centaurs have a fantastic bonus versus large of 25. This will bring their melee attack up to 63, and weapon strength up to 139, with about 97 of that being armor-piercing when fighting cavalry or monstrous units. It is for this reason I've chosen them as the best hammer unit for the Chaos Dwarfs, as they can be used to wipe out enemy cavalry or other large units on the flanks, before sweeping in and rear-charging any units engaged with your main battle line. With that said though, Kadai Fireborn are still excellent hammer units, and ultimately, either one would be a strong pick for your forces. We've got our anvil, we've got our hammer, but what about adding some more firepower to our battle line? Early game, you've got Hobgoblin archers with their fire arrows to add some ranged spice, and mid-game you'll be throwing in Chaos Dwarfs with blunderbusses. Blunderbuy? A Dawizar with a blunderbuss is amazing to have embedded in your main force for some serious close-ranged burst damage that will devastate enemy morale. But they can't quite compete with the hellish power of the Infernal Guard with Fireglaves. These hybrid missile infantry units are quite possibly my new favorite unit in the entire game. Not only do they have powerful rifles with 145 range and 33 damage, 80% of which is armor-piercing, and flaming shots, but they are tough little hombres in melee. Their Fireglaves basically have bayonets attached to them, which gives them a charge defense and bonus versus large units. They have 100 armor, 30 melee attack with flaming damage, 42 melee defense, and 34 weapon strength, 25 of which is armor piercing. The potential this unit has for different battlefield tactics is insane, as they can resist cavalry charges, engage in melee, or just sit back and fire away with their rifles. Fireglaves are expensive, but their sheer versatility makes them worth every penny. We've got a powerful battle line going now, but we need something to put the fear of Hashut into our foes. Some shock and awe. We need the big guns. Chaos Dwarfs are certainly spoiled for choice when it comes to war machines. You've got options for long-range bombardments with magma cannons, hell cannons, and Death Shrieker rocket launchers, close-range fire support with iron demons, and even melee disruption with skullcrackers. But my choice for the best Chaos Dwarf war machine is the Dreadquake Mortar. With 380 range and 133 missile strength, on paper it seems less powerful than a Hell Cannon or Death Shrieker. But the Dreadquake's shots have the monstrous impact trait, which reduces enemy speed and charge speed by an enormous 60%. A couple of these bad boys raining down death and destruction upon the enemy army will bring them to a crawl, letting you get multiple additional volleys off. Additionally, much like the magma cannon, the Dreadquake shots deal lingering damage after impact, which can easily finish off already weakened units. Dreadquake mortars are the perfect artillery to enhance your army with, as they bring so much utility with their ranged firepower. The Dawizar have two contenders for what I would call their best monstrous unit. The first one would be the Bale Taurus. This flying flaming bovine is a great choice if you want a high damage, fast response unit and would be great for taking out enemy artillery or range units. It also has a flaming breath attack, which is devastating against blobs of enemy troops. However, it doesn't quite make my top pick. You've heard of Ghost in the Machine, right? Well, how about a demon? Enter the Kadai Destroyer. This hell-forged demonic mecha kaiju is an absolute terror on the battlefield and is easily one of the coolest looking monsters in the entire game. With 7,680 health, 90 armor, 35% fire resistance, and a base 10% physical resistance, this colossal monster is incredibly durable. Additionally, due to its blazing body ability, its physical resistance will rise up to 20% and it'll gain melee damage reflection up to 25 the longer it stays in combat. And combat is definitely where you want it to be. With a reasonably fast speed of 60, this thing can barrel into the melee with a charge bonus of 30, a melee attack of 52, and weapon strength of 510, 375 of which is armor piercing. Additionally, its attacks deal magical flaming damage, and it has the Hellish Frenzy ability, which will increase its damage and charge bonus by 10% and its attack value by 10. The Kadai Destroyer will certainly live up to its name, and will allow you to break the back of any foe you come across. Thank you all so much for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe, as it will really help out the channel. If you have any questions, see anything you disagree with, or have your own top units, post them in the comments. You can find my socials in the description below, and I hope you have a great day. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!